guys, it's me, Jade Sims. Welcome back to another video and welcome to episode 2 of my Halloween season. Today's creative sim is of an undead couple or a haunted couple. I'm not sure what I'm titling it as I'm creating the video, but the whole gist is this couple is dead. So, of course, they have a bit of a ghastly or zombified appearance, and I have a whole backstory for them. But first, I'd like to briefly thank you guys for reaching 500 subscribers, and we're swiftly moving on to 600. I know it's getting repetitive, so I'll keep this short. But thank you guys so much, and keep commenting what you would like to see for the next Halloween video, the next in the series, because I have a couple more ideas up my sleeve and I will let you guys vote on it again. So check my community tab if you want to vote for next week's video. And I might have the poll up for about 4 days or 3 days, so it gives you appropriate time to vote. So just be sure to get on that quickly. Anyway, for the backstory of these Sims. The reason they're dead is a bit of a funny one. So I imagined, I don't know, I was just getting really creative with this backstory. It's somewhat Romeo and Juliet-esque. So basically, both of them, they were in a whirlwind romance, but unfortunately, the families that each of them come from, they were sworn enemies. Their romance was forbidden by their families, and they know this since they were children, and that's kind of what made the attraction greater. So eventually, they ended up getting into a relationship, but secretly. Unfortunately, though, both of their families found out about this, and they were both betrothed to different people. And on top of that, both of their weddings was on the same day as each other. So both of them were getting married to 2 separate people on the same day. And you might notice that both of them had the jealous trait. I think I changed the girl's trait to jealous later off camera, but both of them do have the jealous trait, and the fact that both of them were getting married to 2 separate people, it made them so angry and they couldn't contain their jealousy. So both of them separately, they ended up murdering their whole bridal party, everyone at their weddings, and then they ended up murdering themselves. So that's why they're dead. And you know what? I thought it was a bit of a fun backstory because I didn't want it to make it toxic, like both of them killed each other, because I don't endorse that. But the fact that their love was so strong that they killed everyone and themselves to be with each other, that is something strong. And I love that for them, honestly. Not for the guests that were attending their wedding, but for them, I approve their love. It's a bit strange, but it's strong love, which I aspire to have. I was a bit undecided what their species would be. I don't know if they would be ghosts or zombies, because in my community tab where I asked you guys to vote, what I put this video under was an undead bride, and I'll explain that more later. But I didn't really clarify whether it be a zombie or a ghost. I took that as a ghost, but they do kind of resemble zombies in a way. I think more so for the man. He has more of a resemblance to zombies, but both of them honestly kind of look like it, and you can probably tell that they're both bruised and they have blood all over them from killing people. And it's an interesting story that I came up. You know, my brain works in interesting ways. Anyway, you might have noticed that on my community tab, I asked you guys to vote for the prompt, right? As you know, I explained this before, but this video title was under Undead Bride. And in this video, I'm creating both an undead bride and an undead groom. So I was originally going to go with the single bride, but usually I make female sims. I was like, you know what, let me switch it up. Let me make a male sim without having to do a challenge or anything. And I didn't want to exclude my male sims in this Halloween season, so I decided to make a male groom. And it was a challenge, definitely, even though I said I was on my male sim kick. But it was definitely challenging, and I don't know what it is about their faces. You know how it is. I explained this in my last video. But yes, it took a while, and that's probably why it is why my video is extremely long, because I ended up taking 2 hours separately for each of the sims, so 4 hours combined, and I had this on 7 times speed. So if it is a little too fast, I do apologize, but I didn't want it to be over 20 minutes because I think that's a little overbearing, and watching 20-minute creative sims might be a little repetitive and boring, so I didn't want to do that to you guys. So I kept it under 20 minutes for 2 sims, like 10 minutes each. I think that's not too bad. You guys let me know. But I'm obsessed with the bride mostly, as I usually am for my Sims. I love her so much. Oh my god, her design's so gorgeous. And the reason I had this idea in the first place is because I came across this creator that made wedding dresses, and they had a whole bloodied wedding dress collection, and it was so fun. And I just stumbled it from out of the blue about a year ago, and this creator is named Zeus Sims. Please go check them out. Not only do they make amazing wedding dresses, but they made a whole collection that has blood on it, which is it's so perfect for this season. So if you want to make your own undead bride, go ahead, check them out. Zeus Sims, their Tumblr, I might link them below. But I did not use any of their dresses, which I was so surprised. But I did end up downloading this Victorian bloody dress, and I was so surprised by how gorgeous it was. It really caught me off guard. You're seeing it right now. But I decided to give the bride a version of the dress that was kind of ripped in the middle, so it kind of shows her underneath. I don't know if it's called pantyhose or whatever, but it shows it underneath. So I took that as she was in such a fit of rage that she kind of ripped her clothes while she was in the midst of murdering all of her guests at the wedding. So that's what I took that as, and I thought it was so perfect for the disheveled look. But of course, her hair is perfect. That hair, by the way, is stunning. I came across this creator, stunning, absolutely gorgeous. But nonetheless, I love both of them. And I made them look pale, so they look like corpses. They have whiter hair. For the male, I made his hair a little bit brighter because I wanted to kind of stand out against his skin color. He has more of a deeper skin tone, not that much because he's dead, but a little bit deeper than the bride. So I wanted his hair to stand out a little bit more. On another note, because I think I've kind of exhausted this whole storyline, but let me know what you guys think of it. Like I said, my mind was in a different place when I was creating these Sims and the storyline. But I was creating the sim yesterday, which is very late for me. Usually I create my Sims after uploading my video on YouTube, so right after on a Saturday, I would just create the sim for the next week. So I have enough time to edit the video, record a voiceover, make the thumbnail. But because I had to wait for you guys to give me feedback and vote on the community tab, I recorded this video and I created these Sims yesterday. And it's kind of different for me. I usually didn't like the rush that I had, but I think it gave a little bit of fuel to make some gorgeous looking Sims. I wish I had enough time to upload the CC list for this video and the previous video. Hopefully I'll get to it this week. I'm not promising anything, but you know, I wish I could. I really wish I could, because I know that'd be amazing for you guys to download. And I will not be uploading these Sims on my Patreon just because I kind of want to keep them a little bit just because of my creation. But I will upload them to the gallery. I think, actually I don't know, but I will upload their CC if I don't know. I'm undecided for all of it. Now we're moving on to the male sim, and I've been trying to diversify my Sims with new presets. So all of these I think are by obscure Sims. Usually I'm not a preset girly because I don't like relying on them. I want to make good Sims without using presets. I actually think I ended up ditching the presets for this male sim, honestly, but I still use it to give a little bit of inspiration for the sim. I didn't know what to do with his face. Honestly, he was looking like handsome Squidward for a while, and I was like, that is not a look. But he ended up looking a little cute, if I do say so myself. Honestly, I just need to skip through a lot of it, and I don't know what it is, but I find it hard to get the head size right for males. I don't know if it's too big or too small. It's usually hard for me to gauge that, but hopefully it looks fine. To me, it looks okay. Honestly, he looks really good in Create Sim. I think I ate that completely. I think I did a good job with him. Usually I'm like second guessing myself, and I think I did a good job. Anyway, I want to explain a little bit more lore because I realized I didn't go too in depth. But on the lady, the bride, I keep giving them different names, but on the bride, she has tear-stained eyes from crying, and she has red lipstick, which you can then see on the male sim. On the bride, on the groom, I should say, on the groom you can see her kisses, because she's finally reunited with her love, and it's kind of like deadly kisses, so that's why it's a little darker around the edges. And he has the blood on him from killing all the guests as well. The more that I explain this, the more it sounds insane to me. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys here. I gave him this scar thing that makes it look like half of his face is open. I'm assuming that came from when he was fighting a guest and like he got a little bit of pushback and he was getting a little fight back from the other guests. I'm not too sure. You guys can fill in the blanks for whatever stories and plot holes I missed. It's scary that some of my presets don't work and then it ends up turning them completely black. Like, they're not even a sim anymore, they're just a void. I need to delete those presets. I think that's because after the werewolves updates, there needs to be an update for sliders and presets. And I think I downloaded an outdated preset. So just letting you guys know as a PSA, if your presets are acting the same way and are misbehaving, that's why. As for the male sim and his style, I was planning on giving him a CC outfit, but I decided it didn't match the bride's look because her look is very Victorian, it's very old, but his look that I downloaded, it was very much 2023. So I was like, you know what, let me scroll through the catalog of outfits I have from the game, and what do you know, The Sims has great clothing, great outfits I should say, but I already knew this because I was looking to make fantasy sims for a save file. I mentioned this 50,000 times, but the reason I made those is because I saw an abundance of fantasy outfits. I was like, oh my god. Can I just say the art team ate with those fantasy designs on the outfits and they're from Get Famous, I should say. Yeah, they're from Get Famous. And yes, they're so gorgeous. I love them. I thought this creative sim was bordering too much on the vampire vibe, but honestly, I love the vampire vibe, and if I can recreate that vibe without having vampires in my game, I honestly love it. But they're not supposed to be vampires, they're just supposed to be ghosts or apparitions or zombies, whatever it is, but not vampires. I'm still in between thumbnails. I've been creating two. I've been trying to use in-game screenshots, but I was like, it's kind of straying far from my usual thumbnail design, so please let me know what you guys think. I don't know if it's too much, if it looks weird. If you guys like the in-game screenshots, I might keep it for the rest of the series, but it won't be a regular thing because god, taking screenshots in-game is terrible. But I still enjoyed it nonetheless. I love taking, let me not lie. I love looking at my Sims in-game, but the whole pictures aspect of it and posing them is just a little redundant for me and I get a little bored, but I still enjoyed creating thumbnails. Thumbnails are the most stressful but most enjoyable time for me besides creating the sim because, I don't know, I just like being creative and I used to like painting and drawing, so it's kind of like another outlet for me to do that. I know in the last video I kind of briefly touched on my opinions on the new stuff pack that's coming out, which if you don't know, there's another kind of kitchen stuff pack coming out, I think at the end of this month in September. So I'm excited for that. I probably won't be buying it on release just because I am not in the financial situation to be doing so, but I will still enjoy watching YouTubers who give it reviews. And I was like, maybe I should give some of you guys my ideas. I had these ideas in the vault for a while and I've been wanting to talk about them, and I have more ideas about some packs I'd like to see in general. So if you want to see that idea, let me know because I actually wrote all of this down. I know it's kind of like psychopathic behavior. So what I'd like to see is more objects for fitness. So more gym machines. I'd like to see dumbbells. I'd like to see kettlebells. I know we got a miscellaneous clutter item with the clutter kit pack, but we did get a fake kettlebell, and I just want that, maybe a functional bike, a stand bike. I don't know what they're called in actuality. I'm just making up a term for that, but you know, the stationary bike. I think that's what it's called. A Peloton maybe. What is the thing called? The bar, the rack thing. This is so bad for me to explain when I don't know the terminology of it. Maybe some benches so we can do like seated rows, that kind of thing. If you can hear mowing, I am apologizing to you right now. It's really loud. Oh my god. So I sincerely apologize for that. They're really loud, Jesus. Not them interrupting my whole voiceover, but that's just one idea I'd like to see, and maybe like a blender so you can make like protein shakes, smoothies, because I know that's a big part in fitness culture is the food. So maybe we can have more food objects because I love the addition of food objects. The pizza oven, it's adorable, everything about it. So I'd like to see like a smoothie maker, a blender, toaster, maybe an air fryer, but I know we kind of have like a small oven. Anyway, Tell me what you guys think. I ended up changing the groom's outfit to, I think, the all black outfit, but I think I'm gonna change it again just because I'm really indecisive. So yeah, I think I might end this voiceover a little early just because I don't want to disturb you with the noise of everyone else in the background. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm so sorry that this voiceover was cut short, but thank you nonetheless. The episode 3 will be out next week on a Saturday, so let me check that date really quick. That date will be the 29th. Okay, so the 29th, I think that's the day after the new stuff pack comes out. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout for the poll that will be on my community tab and more sneak peeks that I'll release along the way. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!